Yes, it's a great day for the Ambazonian people. It's a day of victory. It's a day of success. Ambazonia has prevailed. The devil has once again been shamed. Their manipulation and their propaganda has failed. To our brave, beautiful, resilient, and committed people on the ground, and our forces, you've shown Ambazonia is in charge. Ambazonia is in control. Thank you all for rejecting Cameroon's colonial day of extermination and genocide. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Ground Zero. Yesterday, the 10th of February, the president of Ambazonia Governing Council, the leader of Ambazonia Liberation, Dr. Cho Lucas Ayaba, appeared in court for a brief moment. Kripos, the intelligence services of Norway, again went to court, made an application, made a submission requesting the court to grant them an extension to keep Dr. Cho in detention for 4 more weeks. They need more time to do investigations. Last week, we have learned from AGOVC diplomatic team, 2 ambassadors from 2 nations in Europe visited Dr. Cho for what appears, or it's alleged, it has something to do with some conversations revolving around a possible negotiation. The Ambazonia Governing Council head of mission of the Council of Mission and the Secretary for Human Rights and Humanitarian Services a few days ago made a trip to the political capital of the United States, or to the capital of the US, made a trip to the power center of America, made a trip to the power center under the control of Mr. Trump for a diplomatic meeting. The head of AGOVC Council of Mission and the Secretary for Human Rights and Humanitarian Affairs had a meeting with Senator Brian Schatz, Democrat. This is all thanks to AGOVC partnership with Moran Global Services. This is what diplomacy is about. This is what partnerships it's about. And the meeting, it's about the Ambazonian quest, the plight of our people, the humanitarian disaster, the human rights abuses, and the crimes Cameroon has committed on the Ambazonian people. It's about the United States using its global position to do what it knows how to do best in situations and circumstances like this, to foster a new partnership, a new relationship between Ambazonia and the United States for a future and a relationship that benefits both Ambazonia and protects the interest of the United States in a strategic area of the world in Ambazonia. Yesterday, the colonial dictator of La République du Cameroon, who is now 92 years old, Paul Biya, addressed the people of Cameroon, addressed what he said. He's addressing the young people, the youth of Cameroon. 22 hours later, after Mr. Biya's address, 22 hours later, on the official YouTube channel of Cameroon's National Broadcasting Corporation, CRTV, on the official YouTube channel, after 22 hours of a state address, which according to Mr. Biya, supposed to be a significant day. Guess how many young people have watched or listened to that address? Guess how many of them? Out of 20 million Camerooners, 70% of them are young people. Out of 20 million. Can you guess how many people, how many young people even paid attention to what Mr. Biya said? 22 hours after Mr. Biya spoke, it's only 2,345 people have watched the speech on the official YouTube channel of Cameroon National TV station. 2,345. It's right there in front of you. After 22 hours when he made that speech, 2,345. Out of 20 million. Out of 20 million people. Out of 20 million people, only 2,345 people listened to him, watched it. Because most people are now using their mobile devices to interact with the global world, receive information and communication. After 22 hours, it's only 2,345 people out of 20 million. That's excluding the Ambazonian people. That's pathetic, isn't it? He's the head of state of a country. He said he wanted to talk to the youth, wanted to talk to the young people. They don't want you. They're telling you subliminally to get the fuck out. Let us listen to what the experts are saying and the warning the experts are giving the people of Cameroon. We have said it many times. We have said it several times. It's about to go down in Cameroon. It's about to go down in Cameroon. Let's watch and listen to what the experts are saying about Cameroon. Watch and listen.
President is alive or not.
Paul Biya could have ended all of that speculation with a public appearance. He chose not to. Instead, his government, the ruling Cameroon People's Democratic Movement, or CPDM, banned the country's media from reporting on his health. Consider the position that put journalists in. Their 91-year-old president, who had ruled Cameroon for 42 years, was missing for 6 weeks, and they weren't allowed to mention it.
So it tells you about the level of media freedom in Cameroon, that an executive gets up in the morning and signs an order saying the media should not report about a certain topic, a topic that is of interest to the people. The people have the right to know where the president is. The people have the right to know if the president is well or unwell.
The media may be banned from reporting on the president's health, but Cameroonians know that Biya's days are numbered, and there's no succession plan in place. So factions within the ruling party have begun to jostle for position to keep their access to state resources. There's a power struggle underway, one that is having dire consequences for journalists.
Play that again, please. Just one more time. People should watch and listen. I shouldn't be the one to be talking all the time. One more time.
President is alive or not.
Paul Biya could have ended all of that speculation with a public appearance. He chose not to. Instead, his government, the ruling Cameroon People's Democratic Movement, or CPDM, banned the country's media from reporting on his health. Consider the position that put journalists in. Their 91-year-old president, who had ruled Cameroon for 42 years, was missing for 6 weeks, and they weren't allowed to mention it.
So it tells you about the level of media freedom in Cameroon, that an executive gets up in the morning and signs an order saying the media should not report about a certain topic, a topic that is of interest to the people. The people have the right to know where the president is. The people have the right to know if the president is well or unwell.
The media may be banned from reporting on the president's health, but Cameroonians know that Biya's days are numbered, and there's no succession plan in place. So factions within the ruling party have begun to jostle for position to keep their access to state resources. There's a power struggle underway, one that is having dire consequences for journalists.
All right. Number one, his days are what? Numbered. Number two, it's a power struggle within the ruling CPDM party. Factions are forming. People are juxtapositioning themselves to control state resources. You hear that? They are all positioning and fighting who will grab what, who will keep what. There is no plan in place. We told you, we want you. Sometimes we just want you to hear from experts who have done their research. It's coming. Are you ready? It's coming. Are you ready? It's about to go down in La République. Are you ready? It's about to go down in La République. Are you ready? They could bring him out and make it 13-minute propaganda, regurgitating the same false, fake promises they've done in the last 42 years. They know what's going on. They can't pay the bees. They can't even pay the presidential guards. They can't pay the army. They can't pay the gendarmes. It's about to go down. Are you ready? I want to take this time to thank our mothers, our fathers, our children, to thank the Ambazonian people. The last few days, your hard work, your planning, your execution to reject the colonial day of extermination and genocide on the Ambazonian people. You listened, you thought about it, you made the right decision. Overwhelmingly, collectively, we as a people have emerged victorious. There were a few places on ground zero, which of course, they will bribe, bring the CPDM elites, truck in people from La Republique, bring in university students from Bafoussam, from Douala, to showcase a product. Just a few places. That's all right. It doesn't change who's in charge. It doesn't change who's in control. Today, once again, the Ambazonian people, the Ambazonian forces have demonstrated absolute authority and control. This is irreversible. Nelson Mandela did not go to jail because he committed a crime. Nelson Mandela was not locked up because he killed somebody. Mandela was not arrested because he committed a crime. Mandela wasn't arrested because he killed somebody. Listen one more time. Nelson Mandela was not arrested, locked up, and sentenced to life sentence because he committed a crime or because he killed somebody. He was arrested, jailed because he stood up for the freedom of the South African people, because he stood up to bring an end to an oppressive system called apartheid, to a racist system, to dominate and subjugate the black people. Ayoktabe Julius is not in jail because he committed a crime. Mancho BBC is not in jail because he committed a crime. Tassan Wilfred is not in jail because he committed a crime. General Benji is not in jail because he committed a crime. Pamfo is not in jail because he committed a crime. Brother Penn Terrence is not in jail because he committed a crime. Our Muslim scholar, Abdul Karim, is not in jail because he committed a crime or because he killed anybody. Dr. Cho Lucas Ayaba was not arrested and is not under Norwegian detention because he has committed a crime or killed anybody. He's in jail. He's under detention because he stood up to stop the system of exploitation with which the Norwegians are a benefactor or beneficiaries. He's in jail because he's fighting to stop exploitation of Ambazonian natural resources controlled primarily by the French, the British. The Norwegians are some of the beneficiaries of Cameroon's occupation of Ambazonia. Dr. Cho is in jail because he's standing up for the right of the Ambazonian people. Because he's standing up to end the oppression and the subjugation of the Ambazonian people. Just like Mandela. They will release him. He will be free. How much do you care about all of them that are locked up? The best way for you to show your compassion and caring is to continue with the work they started. Norway is now in partnership with a dictator, with a murderer, with a genocide perpetrator and manufacturer of death and destruction in Ambazonia. And that is the state of Cameroon and Biya. Dr. Cho will be free. You, the Norwegian people, you will witness a negotiated settlement under your supervision. 2 ambassadors were there last week to talk to him. You have no other choice. The Biden administration and the officials of Biden's State Department that gave you the instructions and the orders to arrest and detain Dr. Cho have all been fired. Now you are left on your own. What are you going to do about it? The Trump administration is not interested in your exploitation and subjugation of the Ambazonian people. And now you people are all in panic as to what Mr. Trump is going to do next. It's coming. Ambazonians, we thank una plenty. Ground zero, una place day. Una don't show Cameroon, una don't show La Republique, una don't show the whole world who be in charge. Tomorrow, we'll talk una. For tonight, may God bless all una. Una don't take control, una don't take authority. Now una get the land, now una own the land. Cameroon, they are small propaganda. You don't fail. We thank una plenty for standing up for Ambazonia. Thank una plenty. God bless all una. Una cafe day up. Awo!
Welcome to ACN.